Hello everyone, today we will continue our journey together to learn programming without coding technology. In our previous lessons, we learned about the print text component and using the environment features. Also, we learned about getting input from the user. It's important to know that for each file that we have in our program, each visual source file, we have a generated source code file. This generated source code file is generated in the Ring programming language, and we can check it to learn about the language and the different features that we use from it. I added a folder inside our application. This folder is called images and contains some images that we can use in our program. So let us start by creating a new lesson and save it inside the folder of the application PWCT course. The name of the file will be lesson 4 like this. I would like to add an image to the program, so I will use the image component. This image is just a comment. It does nothing with respect to the execution of the program. It just helps us to know about the program itself. So the image will be images and the name is question.png like this. I will use some width for the image like this and some height like this. So click OK. Now we see the image. We can increase the height and we can increase the width. Now I would like to print this question on the screen, then I would like to print the answer. So I will use the print text component. At first I will print 1 plus 1 equal like this, and I don't like to have a new line here. Now instead of clicking OK, then reusing the same component again, I will click the again button like this. Then I will select expression and I want to have this result 1 plus 1, and now I can click on the new line checkbox. Now click again, then we will use the 2 plus 2 and we can add spaces like this. It's a rattler and we don't need a new line. Now click again and we will have an expression, and now we can add new line and click OK. I think this miss an equal operator like this. Now run the program and we see the output 1 plus 1 equal 2 and 2 plus 2 equal 4, and we can add a space here like this. So this is our program. We can run it using the debug window, 1 plus 1 equal 2, the console window, and so on. We can use the component header to add a header for our program, and it will be like using operators, and we can set the size, the color, the back color, and so on. Click OK, and we move this up using Ctrl U. We can add a new line like this, put it up here, and another new line, like copy and paste, and another one like this, and we move this up. So this is our program for now. We are using operators. We have this question and we print the answer. We can add another image like image component. We will use images math.png and using 200 for the width and the height like this, and we can have this image in the center. Now this is our image. We can move it up like this. This looks now better. We have this question and this answer. Okay, now if we look at the source code of our program, we see the code contains just the comment or the header, and we use the C command for printing some text without adding a new line, while this question mark, after printing something, it adds a new line. Okay, this looks good, and now we learned about the images and rich comments. To change the order of the step we learned before that, we can click on the up button or press Ctrl U. What if I want to move the step down? We know we can click this button. But what about the keyboard shortcut? We cannot use Ctrl D because we already use Ctrl and D for the debug. So we use Ctrl O. So press Ctrl O, and now we move the step down. Okay, something different we can learn also today is using the auto run feature. We can click edit, customization, options, and select auto run. By doing this, once we move the slider of the time, we see the output of our program directly like this. For example, now the application or the program does nothing. When we move to the right, we see printing 1 plus 1. Another move, we see now the answer, and so on. We see the question and the answer. So the autorun is useful if you want to read a program while seeing the output, but I don't use it while creating the program itself. It could be used, but I just don't use it. This is now like we learned these features, which is important about rich comments, moving steps up and down using the keyboard shortcuts, using the autorun feature. We also have something in the tools, which is the read eval print loop. Using this feature, we can write source code directly and run the code. For example, here in lesson 4, we learned about the C command. We can copy this and paste it here like this, and we can run this command too, and so on. So we can try ring code directly using this feature if we want. What's beautiful about this environment, it provides two modes for programming. One is using visual programming, and one is using just the code directly and having interactive visualization. So this is enough for now. Thank you very much, and see you in our next lesson.